This is a picture in 2-point perspective, but it's a little bit different from what we've done in class because it hides the vanishing points. I've stuck a little bit of paper on the back and I'm going to show you how I do it. So there is a piece of paper and I'm just going to stick that on the back and it goes over the edges. So when I turn it over, I'm going to end up with that. Now what I'm going to do is put the van inside the picture. So I'm going to draw a line. This is going to be the corner of a room, and then that corner of the room. That line is going to go away from that vanishing point. That line is going to go away from that vanishing point, and likewise there, away from that vanishing point, and away from this vanishing point. Now, quite a bit wiggly there. Draw it in again. Away from that vanishing point. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure along here centimetre marks. From that, I'm going to draw. It's just coincidence that it met the corner exactly. Draw floorboards in. So those are going to be floorboards. I went wrong there, look, because I never put on the vanishing point. I have to rub that bit out. There, off to a vanishing point, to the vanishing point, to the vanishing point, to the vanishing point, to the vanishing point. If this run went all the way around, it would suddenly become vertical. To the vanishing point, to the vanishing point, to the vanishing point. Now if I want to put, imagine there's joists underneath the floor, they're going to make a line on the floorboard where the floorboard's joined. That would go to the opposite vanishing point. So that would go over here. So there's some, and then I'm going to put some little nail marks on my floorboards, and I can then put some wood effect. All these lines, of course, go to one of the vanishing points. So everything on this wall goes to the opposite vanishing point. Everything on this wall goes to that vanishing point. So as you can see, I've managed to put a bit of shading in there by to make it more atmospheric or naturalistic. Put some little patterns on the floorboard, some wood effect. However, the distance you draw your line down actually dictates how far your line comes out. So you can see I drew that one straight off, and that one goes a little bit lower. So what I'd like you to do is draw the rest of the room in like that. If I was going to do a cupboard, of course, that cupboard would go up to that vanishing point. That would go up vertical. That would go up to that vanishing point. And then the cupboard would go to the opposite vanishing point, which is there. So that would go there. I'm going to make it quite a small one so it doesn't hit the wall. It goes there. When that hits the floor, it's going to be following this line. I would need to rub those lines out. Obviously, if I was drawing this not on camera, so I would draw that a lot lighter. So later I wouldn't need to actually, rubbing it out would be a lot easier. That's how I can make my little stand there, or a cupboard. I could put drawers in there. All the drawers would go off that way to that vanishing point, and then I could put that there. Like on this one, all the drawers there go up to that vanishing point. The tops of the skirting boards go to the vanishing point. I could see the edge of the door there where the architrave goes round, so that would go round, but the lines on there would go off to the vanishing point. That door is slightly open. You see the little triangle. What you have to do is look at a door open and see that that suddenly kicks off to a different vanishing point. But you could do the door closed if you wished. And I would like you to do that task there for homework.